Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Nightcap, where I talk about a couple of the major events that have happened this week in the gaming industry while playing a game and having a nightcap. On this week's episode, the nightcap in question will once again be a lovely port wine, a traditional sort of nightcap drink. This one in particular will be a quite nice port, the vintage port from Horton Vineyards, just pretty much right down the road from me here in Virginia. Really nice port. If you can get a hold of a bottle, I would say do so. As always, link will be in the description. Now, on to the events of the week. Well, once again, you see I am playing Simcity. And, of course, there have been, once again, major events happening within the news for this particular game. More specifically, the whole always-on DRM of SimCity. Now, it's been a big complaint of a lot of gamers, including myself, that a game that traditionally has always been a single-player experience is now being forced with this multiplayer aspect. Even if you do just want to play single-player, such as this map I'm playing on right now. I'm not connected to anyone else on here, I'm just playing the game in my spare time when I have the chance. And with this always connected system that it's now running on, well, that makes life a lot more difficult, especially when the servers don't run correctly. And that has been causing a lot of major issues, and people have been asking, well, perhaps it will be patched in the future where we can play offline. And of course, EA and Maxis' reply has been that, oh no, you can't, it's built into the system. We designed the game around it. Which, to the first bit of news of this week, well, that was proven completely false. It can work without the always connected, where a modder displayed that he could play the game, in fact, without being connected to the servers. Now, yes, he could not save his creation, because it does save to the cloud, which is, of course, another major complaint of a lot of people. Personally, I like having a local save file. But nonetheless, the game was shown to be playable when not connected to the internet, which of course caused a whole new uproar in the already tumultuous scene that is the SimCity launch. Now, of course, this has brought EA to answer to this, and once again, Lucy Bradshaw, the Maxis general manager, has come out to say, well, yeah, could we have done an offline mode? Yes, but, and here is the quote, we rejected that idea because it didn't fit with our vision. Oh god, it keeps coming back to vision when EA has a big screw-up, doesn't it? We have this now with SimCity, and we had this previously with the situation that was with Mass Effect 3's ending in particular. Now, I'm not going to go into that vision, but when it comes to SimCity, yes, they wanted to have this multiplayer experience. That was their vision, and I am all for the artistic and creative vision of a game company. That's what creates some of the most interesting environments that we get. But the problem of your vision comes when your vision doesn't match up with what a well-established series has offered, which has been single-player, offline play, and, well, the ability to actually play a game. Now, if they would have brought SimCity out with an optional multiplayer mode, or optional single-player for that matter, I don't think they'd be having all the complaints they're having at this moment. People like being able to play a game on their own sometimes. I mean, yes, I love multiplayer games. If you watch my channel, I've got War Thunder, PlanetSide, and I love playing with other people. But sometimes you just want to play a game and that's it. You don't want to have to interact or do anything of that nature. And so when your vision is this always connected environment, sure, that's not bad. But man, first off, make sure that that environment actually works. That vision can actually be seen in the end. Or give us single player that's offline and not having to deal with these servers. But I doubt we ever will with the tone that EA and Maxis have been sending out to the public since this whole debacle began. And so instead they choose, as I reported last week, to try and buy back our loyalty, which should be tomorrow, I believe. The 18th is when they plan on sending out those emails to purchasers of SimCity thus far. You will get a free game from the EA catalog. Still not a whole lot of details on what that might be, if we'll have a choice or not. But we'll see. I'm sure I'll throw it in, even if it's not a major point next week for myself. I'm sure I will at least mention it, because, well, I'm personally affected by this, as you see, bought SimCity. But enough of SimCity. That's just all beast that has grown far, far too large. So how about we move on to our next piece here, which is a bit happier, though possibly just as screwy, but in a different way, and that is Saints Row 4. They've released a little bit of information as well as a teaser trailer within the past week, and, well, I gotta say, I don't know what to think of it yet. I love the Saints Row franchise. I have played every single one of the Saints Row games, and I love them all dearly. And I have always enjoyed the fact that they are just getting progressively and more, well, insane. It's kind of fun. But from the looks of the trailer and what they've said so far, the insanity of number 4 seems to be going a bit much. Though, hey, who knows? Maybe it'll work. I'm just speculating at this moment. But if we go from what the information they've released so far, the famous Saints Row gang has gone from, just a street gang to movie stars, and now in 4, President of the United States. That alone is maybe a bit much for myself, but hey, again, it may work with how they do it. Who knows? We will see. But it goes even weirder. Apparently, in the new game, there will be, basically, aliens have invaded, and the Saints are thrown into a bizarro Steelport simulation where they wield superpowers and fight to free humanity from let me get this correct here, the alien granddaddy Zinniak's mental grasp. Okay, Saints Row, I love you, but this may be pushing it a bit far. I don't know, though. It may work. Honestly, the thing that weirds me out the most is the superpower bit. I can live with being the President of the United States and the aliens. I mean, come on, we've already got zombies and so forth in Saints Row, so let's throw in a little aliens to, spice things up a bit. But the superpowers thing... Superpowers are very, very difficult to do in games. They have very rarely been done well. And I don't see how they're going to do it extraordinarily well. It may work for Saints Row, though. The problem that at least I've seen with a lot of superhero games, or superpower games, really, is that they take themselves too seriously. Saints Row definitely doesn't have that problem. So, it may actually work. Personally, I want to see more. They're supposed to be releasing a lot of information at PAX and I look forward to seeing that information. But at the moment, we basically have the trailer, which admittedly is kind of a cool trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, please go and watch it. It's pretty funny. And of course, the statement. And so all we know right now is alien invasion, Saints Row, leader is the President of the United States, and you are thrown into a bizarro steelport matrix, basically. So I look forward to seeing more on it, and I do hope that it isn't as bad as I'm thinking it may be. I mean, I'm all for cheesy, crazy fun, but there is a point when you go over when just simply have too much cheese. And I hope that this isn't the case. Like I said, I like Saints Row. I really do hope that they succeed, and I personally, though, want to see more information. Because right now, it's sounding like they may have finally taken the series a bit too far. But I look forward to seeing information on it. And, well, odds are it's Saints Row. I'll probably still buy it. If for anything, just the insanity factor of it all. Come on. Sometimes it is fun just to be a little crazy. So, first let's take a little sip of our nightcap here before moving on to the last and final topic for this episode. Do gotta love that port. If only I had more money for my city. Oh, I need so many things for this town here. Yes, our final bit of news. Nvidia has basically come out saying that the PS4 specs are basically that of a low-end PC. And these are strong words coming from the Nvidia Senior Vice President of Content and Development, basically saying, here's the quote here, compared to gaming PCs, the PS4 specs are in the neighborhood of a low-end CPU and a low to mid-tier GPU. It's pretty harsh words, honestly. I mean, well, of course, a console is never going to be up to par of a high-end rig. I mean, hell, I don't even have a high-end rig, and I play predominantly computer games. And consoles usually do lag quite a ways behind in the realm of CPUs and GPUs. But they also don't have to deal with the PC sort of ecosystem with all sorts of things running. They're much more closed systems. So even though, yes, they do have lower-end CPUs and GPUs effectively, they can use them more efficiently. So these words seem a bit harsh, basically, to be calling the PS4 outdated. I mean, yes, technically speaking, it may very well be, but it'll use those resources in an entirely different way. And so I don't see this as being a huge impact on the PS4, and I also have to wonder why he is coming out saying this. I mean, yes, they are a predominantly computer manufacturer, well, not computer manufacturer, but computer parts manufacturer. It's Nvidia. They make many, many graphics cards and so forth. And they are also working on their own console with Project Shield. So, it may just be a little bit of mudslinging to try and help with their own sales. And there is also the fact that they apparently were, because they were sort of approached for the PS4, because they are currently the ones who make the GPU for the PS3. But they declined it, which is a bit odd. They declined it because of the price, apparently, that they were going to sell the PS4 for. That didn't work out too well with that numbering. So you have to kind of wonder why they are coming out with this statement, and honestly, even though I think he meant it to be a little damaging, I don't think it is. As I said, consoles are always behind PCs, and that's just the nature of gaming. But they use the resources differently. so it's really not a huge hit. Now, the bigger hit is, of course, he goes on to say that, well, it's only going to get worse, that these consoles are probably going to be around for another 5 to 10 years, and these consoles, according to him, are from several-year-old technology in the first place, and so it's going to hold back the power of gaming for even longer than this current generation already has done. Which is a valid argument, but still, I hesitate to bash the PS4 for this, because from the looks of what it's doing so far, it's looking good from what little has come out about it. And I am looking forward to the PS4. Personally, I own all the major consoles. I like them all, really. I'm not a fanboy of any particular one. I have all of the consoles and a gaming computer, so I'm certainly not biased in this regard. But I understand his point, but I don't see it as a huge bash against it. That being said, you never know. The PS4, what we've seen so far of it, might not be entirely accurate. We won't really know until we see more of it, but Nvidia coming out and saying this, I honestly wouldn't put too much credence behind it, but it is strong words coming from a major company in the realm of gaming. So, of course, some people are going to take those words to heart, but personally, I'd say take them with a bit of salt. Because, in the end, hey, as long as it provides a fun gaming experience, that's really all that matters. Well, that is me for this episode. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and I am sorry for my abysmal gameplay during this. I am not doing too well at managing this city here. I just need more money. That's all I need. But, again, I hope you've enjoyed. Links will be in the description for all of the articles that I mentioned in this, as well as the wine. And I hope to see you all next time, and have a good one.